How does Chinese naval presence in Maldives actually threaten India? It's just down below. So Maldives is down below. How does it threaten us? Our lines of trade, communication, supply. What can they pressurize? How are they threatening us?
I would like to commend the government for their farsightedness in developing Great Nicobar. Because the Chinese admit that they have, as I said, this Malacca dilemma. They may get to the Maldives, but they have to come through the Malacca Strait, and they have to go out through the Malacca Strait. And the question is going to be, who dominates the Malacca Straits? And that is an issue on which we must have a tri-service strategy. Frankly, I would like to see the Air Force probably accept a sub-strategy of an expeditionary role and establish a base on Great Nicobar.
The Indian Air Force, sir?
The Indian Air Force.
Couple of squadrons, sir?
Couple of squadrons. Along with an Indian large aircraft carrier, which will make the Malacca Strait an Indian strait. And as long as we do that, Beijing will get the message that they can play around as much as they like in the Maldives, but we call the shots.
People say putting Air Force squadrons on an island is almost like a stationary aircraft carrier. So if you can support it there, and you have a couple of squadrons there, fighter squadron, let's say we have two squadrons of Rafales there, sir. Indian Air Force says that Sukhoi is there. Just park there inside their hangars or inside whatever they want to park them in, and then they take off and they can hit targets inside China. So that is something to be considered. So what is the tri-services strategy that you're so passionate about?
This is an old issue where the Air Force believes that they have the range as far as the Su-30s are concerned. But we are talking about 24/7 air power, air dominance. And that can come only from bases. Now, this is an issue which I would like to coax our colleagues in Air Force Blue into accepting as part of the cost of becoming a great power. A great power has bases.
Then they'll talk about squadron strength, sir. Because the squadron strength authorized 42, they are at 32, sir.
Well, as I said, there's going to be a lot of money in the next 25 years. And I'm not sure that I can speak for the Air Force. I wouldn't for a moment speak for the Air Force.
Sure.
The Air Force, they are masters of their own environment. But sooner or later, we have to cobble together a tri-service strategy. And there's got to be some give and take. Somebody's got to give, somebody's got to take. And I think we are hugely handicapped by the geography of the Himalayas.
Why do you say so, sir?
Because there are only 5 or 6 axes where you can go up the Himalayas and reinforce the Chinese front. But that's not the case with the Chinese.
Oh, plateau and down.
Plateau and down.
Okay. I am sure.
And the Chinese can move. Unfortunately, there is this thing called high altitude acclimatization. The Chinese can move acclimatized troops along a 6-lane highway from the Tri-Junction,
yes, sir,
all the way to Aksai Chin. So they are able to reinforce any point along the border very easily with acclimatized troops, whereas we can't.
You just put them in a vehicle and go.
That's right.
That's how the Chinese do it.
That's what the Chinese do.
But we are not able to do it because of geography, sir.
Because of geography. And that's the reason why the Navy will, at some stage, resource permitting, have to get their feet wet in the South China Sea.
So, Navy getting its feet wet in the South China Sea, essentially the same thing that you have said before, sir. To ease the pressure in the Himalayas, you need to push down on the accelerator in the South China Sea.
That's right. We need to influence Beijing's foreign and defense policy.
And the decision making also, sir,
and their decision making.
to a very large extent.